What's your highlight of this trip?
And there was a bunch of like 80, 90-year-olds that were like...
Where are you guys from?
So I'm from Surrey, which is the town just below London in England.
I'm from Milton Keynes, a place just north of England.
I love your accent, yeah, British accent. Do you guys speak posh? Am I right? You guys call posh?
People say I'm posh, yeah.
I feel like I'm fairly normal.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
wouldn't
say
say
mine's
posh,
normal. It's Queen's English, I guess.
Queen's English,
Yeah.
How long have you been in Japan?
So today's our last day. We leave
last
tomorrow.
day. Okay.
So we're 12 days in total.
Yeah,
so
12.
it's our 11th day.
Okay.
We started in Tokyo, then Kyoto, and Osaka's our final stop.
So you're gonna fly back to your country from Osaka?
We came from Bali before here, and after this we're going to Thailand.
Oh, that's nice, yeah?
So this was like a stop in between.
Because it's a long flight over here. It's always been on the bucket list.
That makes sense, yeah? That's a good way, yeah. How many countries in total, this trip?
So started with Australia,
Yeah.
then Indonesia, Bali, Japan, and then Thailand and Vietnam. And
5 countries in
Yeah.
total. Wow, I'm jealous of you guys, yeah? Yeah. Would you mind asking what kind of things you guys do for a living back home?
I'd finished university a year ago, and
Congrats,
then
yeah.
I was kind of working just on a random
Kind of
job.
working, yeah.
Kind of working,
Yeah.
just to kind of save up to go travelling. I don't really know what I want to do,
Yeah.
to be honest. Need to get my proper job.
You're gonna see how it goes, yeah?
Yeah,
maybe
exactly,
In the next
exactly.
few years, yeah?
Pretty
So
much.
I just finished uni this year, this summer. Unemployed now.
Yeah, we're both
but,
basically unemployed.
Yeah, living life before we actually do adulthood, pretty much.
Yeah. I kind of know you guys have encountered some culture shock along the way. Maybe
Yeah.
British culture and Japanese culture are totally different. What is the biggest culture shock you've ever encountered in Japan? I mean, in a good way or bad way. Either is
Yeah,
fine,
I mean,
Just how much you queue. Any food is just insane. Like,
it's so busy. We thought
yeah.
London is busy,
Yeah.
but so we were in Shibuya the weekend of Halloween.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
That was
that was a culture
intense.
shock. And just the lights, just walking around like Osaka, like Dotonbori last night, all the lights. It's just London doesn't have anything like that. And the
Signs.
temples are like you can just go to a different area of the country. And
That's good culture shock for you guys.
Yeah.
But I think Japan, we still have a room for improvement as a country. Obviously, each country has good and bad stuff. What's the thing we should be more kind of improving as a country?
the only thing I can think of is bins,
Yeah.
like trash cans.
yeah.
Because in London,
Ours.
they're literally like there would be like 5 there. They're everywhere. But then your country's still so clean. I don't know where you
Yeah.
put the rubbish.
I think Osaka's
In the back.
different.
Yeah.
But still, it's insanely clean. Compared to London, anyway. Ooh, London's very dirty, especially Paris and
Well,
France.
not London, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But when it comes to trash can on the street, terrorism happened in the last few decades. Before I was born, the guy put something dangerous. I was in the
Bin.
subway, so
Okay.
ever since we reduced trash
Okay,
can
that
as
makes
much as
sense.
possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. I mean, the food here is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Same.
We've had like nearly ramen every day. We had okonomiyaki last night.
Okay.
Ate too much of it.
Yeah.
So what's the best food? What's the best Japanese food so far?
Ramen in
roast pork.
Kyoto, that was pretty good. A lot of pork here, because
Yeah.
in England, Japanese food is like, it's a lot of chicken ramen. I haven't seen any chicken ramen.
Okay.
Sushi's
Not
very
much
different here as
chicken.
well.
I mean, the
'Cause-
quality.
Yeah,
Quality-wise, yeah.
The fish
Yeah.
is so fresh.
And
It's
England
different.
sushi is very expensive.
Yeah,
It's
I can
very
only imagine
expensive.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
The living cost is crazy, right?
Drink alcohol in the UK is just so expensive compared to here.
We had like a massive Asahi, maybe £7 in England.
So what's your highlight of this trip? Highlight.
We were speaking about just like walking around Tokyo with the lights.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of the
First
trip,
time.
you obviously get like the whole high of like, oh my God, we're actually in Japan.
Yeah, you could be overwhelmed by
yeah.
everything.
We were literally walking around like Shinjuku, we were just like, wow. like,
Just spacing out, yeah.
yeah, I think that was probably just like the first few days of just like, the initial culture shock.
We
Oh,
should
the
actually.
toilets, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of options we have.
Yeah,
in
you don't
England.
have the heated toilet seat. Or the heated
Yeah.
toilet seat's
Oh,
a
yeah.
blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, the toilet's pretty good.
I can tell that he likes it, yeah. He loves
Yeah,
it, yeah.
he
I can tell
loves
that.
using that pressure washer.
Yeah. How long have you been in Japan?
Since 1 week,
It's been about 1 week ever since you came to Japan. And in total, how long?
3 weeks.
this is a solo trip for you?
Yes.
And the first time for you to come to Japan?
First time in Japan.
How is it so far?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I've been to Tokyo, to Nagano. Then I went to Nagoya. Since yesterday, Osaka. Tomorrow to Kyoto. Then Nara, Okayama, Hiroshima. Then down to Mount Aso. Then Kagoshima. And then back to Tokyo.
That would be a great plan, yeah? Are you the type of person who puts a lot of things in the schedule? I mean, the many sightseeing, checking,
No, I have a few plans.
and you're gonna see how it goes.
Yeah.
German culture and the Japanese culture are totally different, right? Do we have similarities between us?
There's so many things in us.
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
What is the biggest culture shock you've ever encountered in Japan? You froze.
Not so much. I mean, most of the things I knew before. Reading, searching, watching YouTube. It's all pretty similar to Germany.
Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe I should be going someday.
And some things, okay, they are different, but they're just some cultural things.
So you can get used to it.
Yeah.
So what about this? So it's been about 1 week, right, in Japan. So what's your highlight?
Highlight.
Yeah, let's say what's the most impressive thing you've had in Japan?
Few things. Snow monkeys. Second, architecture.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I'm an architect, so all the old castles.
This castle, yeah. So you've been working in that kind of industry, the architecture. Do you think we have a lot of the buildings which are futuristic and well designed? Maybe the buildings in Tokyo you might see? I mean, from point of view. I'm just wondering,
But
yeah.
many they are more futuristic, old ones, but there are also many new ones.
So you mentioned 3 things. So if you have to choose one of them, what would it be? What would you pick?
The old castles.
Oh, today.
Today, the
Nice,
old
yeah.
castles and very beautiful.
So I hope you had a good day here in Osaka Castle Park. Yeah.
Yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Canada. That's country, isn't it?
It is. It's very nice. A lot of nature and nice people.
But yeah,
I think.
I can tell that. Yeah, nice people. Yeah.
Very kind.
Yeah. If I go to your country,
Yeah.
what would you recommend? Anything is fine.
I did a road trip across Canada from Montreal to Victoria.
That's nice.
That's a long trip, but I would recommend that because then you see how diverse Canada is in terms of nature and culture, I guess. You go from Montreal and then you drive all the way, and it's a long road trip. I think it's really beautiful. Desert, forest, rainforest, snow. You see it all. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. You represent your country well, yeah?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. How long have you been in Japan?
I've been here for 2 months now.
Decent amount of time, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I was in Sado and Tokushima here.
Wow, okay. So what brought you to Japan this time? I mean, what do you do in Japan? I mean, for a
Yeah,
couple
why
months.
am I here? Well, I'm actually here for a year and a half.
Okay, quite a long time, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here on a gap year.
Oh,
and
I see.
So I'm not actually studying anything other than Japanese. I'm trying to learn.
Right.
But I'm here to travel, to work. I'm on working holiday visa, if you've heard of it. And then I hope to travel outside of Japan as well once I make money again.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of why I'm here.
That's-
I've heard that it's not common to do that thing in
mean the gap
Japan.
year?
Yeah.
But that's really great. I mean, the choice after graduating from university or high school, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Getting the working holiday visa was difficult for you?
Well, Japan's a pretty strict country, so
Right.
there was a lot of rules and stuff, and
Oh, yeah.
applying for it, a lot of paperwork,
Oh, yeah.
photos, and making sure your passport's up to
Yeah.
date, all that stuff. But it wasn't too challenging, I think. It was easy for me. It depends on the country you go to as
Oh,
well.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I used to live in Australia for a couple months in the
Oh,
past.
really?
So, yeah, I kind of...
I hear the accent.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I was gonna ask you where you learned English.
Oh, really?
You have, when you say, really,
Really. Oh, yeah, really.
it sounds a little.
Oh, thank you. I take that as a compliment.
Okay,
Thank
okay.
you. Are you interested in studying Japanese? I mean, I I reckon you can kind of, speak Japanese, right?
I wouldn't say kind of. I can barely. I can understand it a little. I can answer the most basic question.
You can try introduce yourself in Japanese a little bit if you want. That choice is yours, by the way. No pressure.
私はマドレンです。はい。
It's good enough, actually. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. You can survive now.
Oh, I can survive?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean, pronunciation-wise, it's pretty good. How do you study Japanese?
I listen to people.
Oh yeah, listen, yeah.
I've watched some Japanese shows. Was never very much help until I started actually studying.
What's that, by the way?
J-drama?
Drama.
Like Japanese shows.
Okay, yeah. You've been teaching yourself English for the couple.
Japanese.
Sorry,
That's my first language.
Shoot, yeah.
Since I've been here, I started studying about a month before I came to Japan on Duolingo.
Oh, Duolingo.
A volunteer program in Sado Island. People who ran the program are Japanese.
Right.
And I said some of the sentences I learned, and they were like, "What are you saying? Can I swear?" No.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, "What the fuck are you saying, Maddie?" And I was like, "What? This means like nice to meet you." They were like, "No, it doesn't." Duolingo taught me some things that were wrong. So now I just write down new vocabulary and then I study it. And I have a
that's
book
nice.
with me that I study in.
So you're pretty motivated to study Japanese. I mean, to be able to speak Japanese.
Yeah, but like
Not pretty.
in theory, but then when I get home, I never actually end up,
Okay.
studying.
Yeah, you should have the face-to-face communication with Japanese people.
exactly.
Yeah. So it's been about a couple months ever since you came to Japan.
Yes.
So what's your highlight of this trip? Not trip because you're gonna stay for a long time, but
Wait,
yeah, you can take your time.
A highlight for me was recently I went to Universal Studios. That was fun. Technically, I went right before Halloween because I'm on TikTok and I saw Ado song and it got stuck in my head. So I went to Universal Studios because I was like, you gotta see this. You gotta see whatever the heck this is. And turns out this guy that I was talking to was actually there the same day, and I posted on my story and he was like, oh, you're there too? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I'm there. So then we actually met up with his friends and it was so much fun. It was just like, it's just such a fun time. And his friends were Japanese, so obviously it was good practice for me. Good practice speaking Japanese, and it was just a party. Oh, this is weird. Like, no one goes to Universal Studios alone. Oh, I'm gonna get judged. But then I was there for an hour, and it was actually fun on my own.
Yep.
I went to Sado, and that was really unique.
Yeah.
Because it's like very old, most of the population is very elderly, so yeah, that was very interesting.
And you could have that kind of deep conversation with people of all generations.
Taiko drumming, we got to participate in one of those, and there was a bunch of like 80, 90-year-olds hardcore drumming, and I was so surprised. And they looked so happy, having so much fun.
Oh yeah.
It was a very nice like experience because in the West, a lot of the time, older people get depressed or sad, or they're, as they get older, it's like a sad time in your life. You get weaker. Sometimes it really restricts you, but these people were just having the time of their life. Yeah, it was great.
Well, that's nice. I should be going there someday.
Yeah, and Sado's got beautiful architecture because there's so many abandoned places. It's all very old.
They protect over there.
You come to Japan and a lot of people like want to see temples and stuff. Go there. There's so many temples. Go there.
Go there. So actually, this video is about having Japanese meal or maybe something good, the Japanese experience. So no pressure, but I'm just wondering if we can go to the place where we can enjoy like unique experience or maybe having Japanese meal. And if you have anything, you want to try or maybe you haven't tried on your bucket list, I can take you there. So that's, what I do kind of in the video. So
よろしくお願いします。